You ever notice how every year Umar's almost done, but never done? Now he's flipping the script. No more updates, no more timelines. Just when it's finished, I'll let you know.
Do you see me laughing, my nigga?
That's not transparency. That's strategy. In his new interview on the Danza Project, Umar says the city's blocking him, the contractor scammed him, and every repair cost over 100 grand. So let's talk about it, because I think we just watched him build his final excuse before the final inspection. So in this interview, Umar says he's not giving no more updates till it's finished. That sound humble on the surface, but nah, that's the oldest play in the manipulation book. When folks stop believing your progress reports, you stop giving them. I ain't saying nothing till we done. Translation, let me move the goalpost again so y'all can't track the scoreboard. He even said he turned down the Breakfast Club, told Charlamagne he wouldn't come back till the school's finished.
I hope so.
Okay.
We've been almost done for so long. Now we're at the floors, but I'm still scared to say we done, because every time I say we done, something else comes up. So, I ain't been saying nothing. My thing is, when it's done, that's when I'll announce it. You know what I mean? I was supposed to go back to the Breakfast Club, and I text Charlamagne. I said, I'm not coming back up there one more time to tell people we almost done. You feel me?
Yeah. Sounds noble, but come on. That's not integrity. That's damage control. He tired of repeating himself, and more tired of the internet reminding him he said the same thing 5 interviews ago. Every almost done was supposed to be the last one, right? Floors in 2023, paint in 2024. Now it's certificate of occupancy in 2025. It's always something new to make it sound like the finish line's just 1 inch away. But what he's really building ain't a school. It's a storyline. Every delay, every inspection, every they blocking me moment keeps the narrative alive just long enough to justify the next wave of donations. You ever seen a man so close to done for so long? So now Umar's saying every single repair at FDMG cost over 100 grand. Nothing under 100K, plumbing, electric, all of it.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Bruh, that's either the most expensive renovation in Delaware history or somebody lying to protect their narrative. Look, nobody's saying renovations are cheap, but this man raised well over $1 million and somehow still talking like he fixing the pyramids. You really expect us to believe every wire, every pipe, every vent ran 6 figures?
I've never seen
Drew
Either his contractors are robbing him blind, or he's using that number to guilt the people into sending more. Y'all don't know what it costs, but that's the trick. Anytime somebody questions the timeline, he flips it into a "you just don't understand" construction lecture. It's like talking to somebody who owe you money, but they start describing the price of groceries.
Fuck you, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Back the fuck up. I'll knock the fuck out you.
Damn, man.
Hey.
Bro, I didn't ask for the economic breakdown. I asked where the school at. The $100,000 excuse gives him the perfect shield. You can't debate the receipts if he never shows them. You can't track progress if he never defines it. He ain't just building a school. He's building a perfect story that can't be fact-checked. So according to Umar, the city's against him. The contractor scammed him.
I've never seen
The white folks overcharged him.
I've never seen
The black folks didn't show up.
I've never seen
The only person who ain't done nothing wrong is Umar. This man got more villains than a Marvel movie. Every delay comes with a new enemy. One day it's the jealous scholars at Howard University. Next day it's the racist mayor of Wilmington. And now it's contractors sabotaging a black man's dream. But here's the thing. If every project you touch ends in betrayal, maybe it ain't everybody else. Maybe the problem is the leadership. Umar said the city tried to sell the school behind his back, but that's not how auctions work. The state only steps in when you're behind on taxes or fees, which means somebody didn't pay what they owed. He keeps calling it discrimination, but how racist is a system that let him keep the building for 14 years without opening the doors? That's not oppression. That's grace. It's always the same pattern. Every failure becomes proof that the world's scared of his greatness. The haters make him feel important. The setbacks make him feel chosen. It's that Messiah complex, the kind that feeds the ego while the dream starves. And what's wild is, Every new excuse just keeps the donations flowing. The city's against him, send more. The contractors betrayed him, send more. The haters laughing, send more. The man turned setbacks into a subscription model. Now here's where it gets interesting. Umar said he didn't want to hire white contractors, but the black ones kept scamming him, so he had to bring the white folks in. Ain't that the wildest plot twist in a buy black sermon you ever heard? He straight up said, we don't accept donations from non-Africans, but if I pay them, that's business.
We don't do that here.
That's his get out of contradiction free card. See, family, it's not a handout, it's a transaction. That's literally how every business in America works. The same system he's been preaching against is the one he's now using to finish his liberation school. He keeps saying he wants to keep the money in the community, but every time something goes wrong, it's the community's fault. Either the contractor scammed him, or the city blocked him, or the supporters didn't donate enough. At what point do we stop blaming the system and admit the system inside might be broken? It's like he forgot Marcus Garvey wasn't just about speeches. He built ships, businesses, a newspaper, and when they failed, he didn't blame the plumbers. Umar's biggest contradiction ain't the white contractors. It's that he preaches independence while constantly depending on donations. Power to the people, but please include your Cash App tag.
Fuck you, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Back the fuck up. If I knock the fuck out you. Damn, man. Hey.
So when people say when you're going to actually be done, that's not in our hands. We have to see what the city says, But I'm hoping after all we've been through, they just say, go ahead. If it's all in order, just pass him. But that hasn't been the experience. Like everything we've been through with the city has been a fight. Even to get a permit for the festival, they ain't want to give us that. So it's really been a tug of war with them. I'm just hoping that we don't have to have a protest. I'm hoping we don't have to take them to court for discrimination. The bureaucracy is mostly black. The mayor's white, but the bureaucracy is black. But discrimination is discrimination, even if you're the same color. Okay. So I'm just, I'm gonna just put it in the Lord's hands and see. But we knock it on the finish line. So if all goes well, we should be able to apply for the inspection before the end of the year.
Every time Umar gets questioned, he flips it into a motivational speech. If you never build an institution, you can't criticize me. Bruh, that's not how accountability works. If you raise public money, the public gets to ask public questions. It's like if somebody started a GoFundMe to build a hospital, then said, you can't question me unless you're a surgeon. That's not leadership. That's deflection and a dashiki. The crazy part is the more people question him, the stronger his victim story gets. They hating on me. They jealous. They plotting. Nah, bruh. They just asking why your school still ain't open. He even said the haters made him tougher, that they built his character. Translation, the hate pays the bills. See, in Umar's world, criticism ain't a threat. It's marketing. Every negative video, every meme, every reaction clip keeps his name alive. It's that cycle. Controversy, donations, delay, repeat. He figured out that being questioned pays better than being finished. So why open the school when the mystery makes more money? It's been 14 years. 14. That's not a construction project. That's a career path. He said he's scared to say it's done because every time he says that, something new breaks. So now he's just gonna stay quiet until it's finished. Imagine your contractor telling you that. I'll call you when it's done. Don't ask questions. Nah, that's not humility. That's silence turned into a shield. He said the floors are finally being laid. Bruh, you've been saying that since Obama was in office. And the new goalposts? The certificate of occupancy. It's like every time we get close to an ending, he finds a new boss level to unlock. We can't open until the moon aligns with Nat Turner's spirit. Every excuse becomes another episode. The wildest part, he swears this final inspection could spark discrimination. That if the city says no, it'll prove they don't want a black man to build.
Come on, none of it's true. None of it's true. It's BS. They made it up. They lie.
Nah, Umar. It'll prove they want you to follow the same building codes as everybody else. Equality don't mean exemption. But this is how he keeps the story alive. Always one step away. Always almost. That way the dream never dies and the donations never stop. So now the new villain in the story is the city of Wilmington. He said they tried to sell the school behind his back, called it discrimination, even though most of the people in the city offices are black. So now it's black people discriminating against the prince of Pan-Africanism. Every time something goes wrong, it's a new conspiracy. Contractors scam them, that's sabotage. Permits delayed, that's oppression. Paint job failed, must be the FBI. They don't want the first truly independent African school to exist. Nah, bruh. Maybe they just want your plumbing to pass inspection. He turns every technical problem into a spiritual war. Like the city ain't asking for compliance. They're attacking his destiny. And that's the genius of it. Every obstacle becomes proof he's chosen. If they approve the school, that's divine favor. If they reject it, that's proof he's too powerful for the system. It's a no-lose narrative. The more they challenge him, the more he becomes the martyr. I'm not late. I'm fighting the Matrix.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
Nah, Umar. You fighting the same red tape everybody else got to deal with. You just wrapped yours in Pan-African poetry. Umar been perfecting this move for years, building a brand so wrapped in purpose that questioning him feels like betrayal. If you never donated, you can't ask questions. If you never built a school, you can't criticize mine. That's not logic. That's manipulation. It's how cult leaders keep control. They make accountability sound disrespectful, and his supporters eat it up like scripture. Every time someone asks for receipts, they rush to defend him. He's doing something for the people. What are you doing? It's emotional blackmail dressed as black empowerment. Umar weaponized guilt, made people believe that doubting him means doubting the race. You not attacking me, you attacking African unity. Nah, bruh. We just asking why the electric bill's still overdue after 14 years. He built the perfect shield, pride, identity, and pain all mixed into one message. And once you tie your pride to a prophet, it's hard to admit he might just be hustling you.
Stupid.
Umar said something wild in this interview, that he was born to do this work, that no matter what happens, he can't quit because his guardian spirit won't let him. I don't question if I should be building this school. I know I'm supposed to. And that right there is why the project never ends. When you believe your purpose is divine, failure don't exist. It just ain't time yet. It's the perfect trap, destiny with no deadline. Every delay becomes another test from the ancestors. Every scam becomes a lesson in perseverance. He says his guardian spirit is Ogun, god of war, iron, and determination. So when people say, Umar, maybe it's time to move on, he hears, Umar, betray your destiny. That's the problem with Messiah energy. Once you start believing your struggle is sacred, accountability becomes blasphemy. And it's tragic, because somewhere deep down he probably did start with love, but love turned to ego, and ego turned into a full-blown savior complex. Now he's stuck, too proud to quit, too scared to finish, too deep to admit it's gone too far. After 14 years, hundreds of live streams, and millions of peace and Pan-Africanisms, we've reached the final boss, the city inspection. And what's the new prophecy? If the city blocks me, we protest. If they pass me, it's destiny. Either way, Umar wins. If they deny him, he'll say, the system ain't ready for independent black education. If they approve him, he'll say, the ancestors cleared the path. No accountability, no middle ground. Just another episode in the never-ending series called Almost Done. And this is why some people call it the longest hustle in black consciousness, because there's always one last thing between Umar and the finish line. First it was contractors, then it was haters, now it's the city. There's always somebody else to blame, never the man who's been almost done since Obama was in office. The truth is, maybe FDMG ain't supposed to open. Maybe the school was never the point, because when a dream becomes more profitable than the result, finishing it means the story ends. And Umar Johnson, he built his whole legacy on keeping that story alive. You ever notice how Umar always sounds like a man one step away from greatness, but never actually takes that step? That's the genius of it. The almost keeps him relevant. keeps the donations flowing, keeps the myth alive. And don't get it twisted. This ain't just about Umar. This is a whole blueprint. You sell hope just slow enough to never deliver it. You talk legacy so loud that nobody notices the silence behind it. And people buy into that because we all want to believe somebody out there still fighting for us. But at some point you gotta ask, are they fighting for you or fighting for their own relevance? FDMG might open one day, but even if it does, the damage already done. Because it taught a whole generation that empty progress can sound just like revolution if you say it with enough passion. Peace and Pan-Africanism, right? This ain't hate, it's accountability. And if the truth make you uncomfortable, good. If you really want to understand how we got here, go watch my 2-hour and 48-minute deep dive. The complete breakdown of every Umar lie, scam, and contradiction. That's the real history lesson. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Panda out.